Hi, welcome to today's session. This is to how to leverage your audience if you have one already. Again, don't worry about if you don't. Still go through this module. It's huge value. And again, similar to the cash collection, it's a way of which you can leverage your audience and different ways of which you can use that straight away. Specifically in the system, we are looking at this component here. How do we leverage the socials to get them to opt in so that they can download a piece of content? We're joining our list up into the sales process. Okay, and then buying your program. Remembering, as always, it's one ad, leverage any of those socials, which we're doing now, into one piece of content, into a consultation cell, percentage will join your signature program, and you're building your client list, and that's your asset. Your list is your asset, and I'm going to keep on repeating that till you get it. That is a real asset. We have tons of clients that leave with like hundreds and thousands of new contact details. Right, and that's why, again, a high percentage continue to come on with us because they see the asset that they're building and they understand the residual value in that. That you can, on average, if you're collecting 10,000 email addresses per year, on average, a small average, you'll be making on average 120,000 a year. So there's real value in building a client list. This is really important. Most get overwhelmed with building organic social media audiences. For that reason, we are keeping this very simple and easy. This module will give you fast ways so you can generate clients from your current audiences. Do not worry if you don't have a social media audience already. We are not going to be wasting time trying to build an audience. Going to get what you have already, monetize that, run ads, get more people in, make more sales, and then you can start building your organics, which just takes time. If you don't have a social media audience already, go through this module just quickly. It's all good. And later on in this section, as in section 2, we will show you how to set up your ad quickly to get new potential clients in fast. So what you're going to get specifically from this session, we're going to cover why leverage your current audience, why you do not need to build a social media audience, what is the quickest way to monetize your current audiences, what is the difference between organic marketing versus ad marketing, paid marketing, what's the best way to leverage other people's groups, what not to do in other people's groups, including our group, please, indirect selling frameworks to get them in your DMs, how to post to get case study committed clients, how to set up your own group if you want to, direct selling frameworks to get them in your DMs, how to create method-based content to drive them to book a call, what this means for your future, and tasking to complete now. Okay, so look, why leverage your current audiences? Because the only purpose to building a social media audience is to turn that audience into clients. That's it. Who are willing to pay for your services. Social media is a business tool. Use it that way. Even if you only have a couple of hundred people following you, copy and paste these frameworks to get you more clients. Turn as many of your audience into paid clients so you can generate an income. We've had many clients get their ROI rapidly just by copying and pasting these posting structures. That's it. It's just copy and paste. Let's go. Right? So why you don't need to build a social media audience? Controversial, but true. You don't need a social media audience to generate sales. Most social media influencers make no money and are broke because they give away so much for free to build their audience, because they give so much for free their audience becomes non-buyers, because the online space is very different now. If you have no sales process, your audience will do nothing. Imagine you gave all of your content away to build an audience, right? So they just come back to your stuff for free. They know you give it all away for free. So why would they ever buy anything from you? Right? This is the system, the structure, kind of the facts to really like what makes this work. There is the global wealth pyramid. How much they earn is on one side. In the middle is the percentage of the population that are doing that. And then there's a percentage of wealth in the world of which they own. All right, let me help you understand this. In any niche, there is a percentage of high-paying clients. These percentage are not small. They are in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions. They generate the most amount of wealth, thus they are buyers. These ideal clients do not consume loads of free content. They are buyers. They want to buy someone's program. These ideal clients want to pay for the solution to the problem. Right? These ideal clients have the money and have very little time because they're busy, so they want to pay to get help. Cash rich, time poor. These are the people that we want to aim in any niche. Any niche, these people are available. Okay, and so how much they earn, all right, US dollars in millions, all right, 0.7%, all right, are earning $1 million plus, all right, and they have a percentage of the wealth, of the actual available global wealth. They own almost half the actual global wealth. So half the global wealth is owned by 0.7%. That's the people we want to be aiming at. The second category are people that are doing 100,000 to 1 million. They are 7.5% of the global population, and they own 40% of the actual wealth. So those two top tier people between them own 85% of the global wealth. Did it make sense? We want to be aiming our stuff at higher price quality clients. Why? They've got the mindset, they've got the resources, they're going to do the work, they're not going to be lazy. All right. The next are between that USD 10,000 to 100,000 makes up the remaining 18.5%, and they control 11% of the percentage of the global wealth. And so between those top three, there you've got 95% of the global wealth in a very short, like total percentage of actual population are, give or take, it's like 25%. So we want to aim for that top 25%. We don't want tire kickers. And notice the rest of the world, all right, are below 10,000, are 73% of the rest of the population have 2.4% of the actual global wealth. And so that's why we don't want to start with a low price program. Do you get it? We want to aim for the highest that have the most amount of money available. And thus why, when you do loads of social content for free, you attract the majority that are in the 73.2%. You miss out the buyers. Ideal client, right mindset, they want to buy. Okay, these people are the people that we want. Between 10,000 to 100,000 to 1 million in your earning above, ideal client. Non-ideal client, wrong mindset, they want everything for free because they got no money. The problem is much deeper than you actually realize. The social media companies, they know how to really leverage people. There's actually no point in building a social media audience and not making sales. There's no point spending your life giving away free content and not making sales. Whereas most of these social media, companies, they know that people will just get hooked on trying to build followers and hope they will make money, but they have no idea how to do it. Social media companies know how to manipulate you. They don't care if you make money or not. They get you addicted to the platform so they make money. And TikTok is a perfect example. It gives people massive reach, massive amounts of followers, massive engagement, and it is like for the majority that have a big following on TikTok make absolutely no money from it. The majority. Yes, there's going to be a couple of unicorns for sure. Believe me, we tested it. I'm not saying do not do it. What I'm saying is get a sales process in place, and then you can spend your life doing TikTok videos if you want. Goal of your life is not to spend it doing content for free. The goal of your business is to get paid clients as quickly as possible, and then you can piss around on every social media platform that you want to. Okay? Social media companies, that's you on a treadmill and dangling money that potentially never ever happens. Right? This is why you must not copy people like Gary Vee or others who tell you to be on every social media channel. P.S. I'm not hating on Gary. Gary is great, no doubt, but his strategy of being everywhere won't work for you because you're not at his level. He has a $600 million agency. As of recording this now, he'll probably be at $1 billion. He has over 1,700 staff working for him, processing everything. He makes money by leveraging huge brands and influencers into his agency. He makes money because he owns shares in the social media companies. He tells people to give all your content away for free. All right, post 97 times per day and be on every social media channel. But how are you going to make sales then without being overwhelmed with content creation when you've got no team and you got no consistent sales coming in. So it's bad advice because it's not right for you where you are right now. The wrong advice at the wrong time is destructive. Unfortunately, there's so much free content that people watch a little bit of a TikTok video, all right, and then they spend their whole they spend a whole year trying to build their business off a 20-second TikTok video. Right? Copying Gary's strategy to grow your business is kind of like copying Paula Radcliffe's marathon plan, who's the Olympic champion, Olympic record holder, and you never run a marathon before. I mean, you're going to give up because it's just not possible. You wouldn't download her plan, copy it, having never done it before. You're going to break your legs. It's like going to the gym, copying someone you saw on Instagram, and just trying to lift a 200-kilo bench press, having never lifted before. All right, so the social media omnipresence being everywhere, being on every social media platform is not possible for you yet. Get a sales process in first, and then you can do that. It will dilute your focus, overwhelm your mind, and you will make less sales with this approach, I promise. You will give up because it will burn you out. So look, here's what most people online tell you to do. They say, build a social media following, build a Facebook group, build a load of subscribers, find other people's podcasts to be interviewed on, start a blog, do guest blogging, daily Instagram, do a daily story, share other people's content, post daily on LinkedIn, tweet daily, joint ventures, find people to interview, find other people to interview to increase your brand, build a YouTube channel, find other people's YouTube channels to speak on, create viral content, spend loads on expensive branding, speak at other people's events, continue to do loads of free content, run a free challenge, spend months designing a program, then sell your program and hope someone buys it. You know that's going to take years off your life, years, 10 years plus. YouTube channel today, give yourself 15 years, and then what happens is mass overwhelm. So you're never going to get that. And you're never going to get that, and you're going to give up because that's 23 actions out of there are probably 40 other you could do. All right. And so, that's going to blow your head up. That looks like this. So if your business is under 1 million, building a social media following is going to take you too long to get sales. Daily posting or podcasting is too slow and too hard to get clients fast. So you can forget about podcasts, forget about organic posting, forget about writing a blog, building a YouTube channel. Forget about posting daily on Instagram. Forget about dancing on TikTok. Forget about doing free how-to content. Forget about doing free challenges. If your business is under 1 million, these are the slowest ways to get paid clients. Focus in on our system. The COA method is the quickest way. John Wooden, one of the most successful coaches of all time, took the UCL basketball team 28 victories over a 30-year period. How? Because when everyone else was doing 20 offensive plays, 20 defensive plays, he focused on the power of one. One offensive play, the fast break, one defensive play, man on man, and each player was drilled down into one key element in the play. Simplicity is the fastest way forward. Focus on the simplest way to get clients on scale, which is the COA approach. Do the work, get the results, upgrade, and keep getting better. That's it. All right, Christian Louboutin started with one sales process, one main product. Gucci, one sales process, one main product. Louis Vuitton, one sales process, one main product to start with. All right, Apple started before they hit several million, 5, 10, 20 million. Apple started with one sales process, one main product. Amazon, one sales process, one main product. So why are you any different? Why are you trying to do hundreds of different things? All right, you are not, and you're not better than these brands. So you're no different. You need the same foundations. One sales process, one program. Gary Vee never talks about this. Started on one social media channel, one sales process, and one product. That was it. And he did that for a long time, 8 years or so, before he went on to another channel. Russell Brunson grew ClickFunnels to over 100 million. One social media channel, one sales process, and one product. And P.S. he written it in his book, Traffic Secrets, page 262, if you didn't believe me. Why are you any different? Tony Robbins started with one media channel, one sales process, one program to get to 60 million before he expanded. So that's why we focus you on a high positioned offer, leverage your lead flow, get everything, your messaging aligned, very clear on that, exactly how to leverage all lead flow, ad and socials, whatever you have, into one piece of content that sets up the sale, one sales process, close the process, sell them into one automated program. That's it. That's the results. Monthly sales. That is why COA is the best. It's the best out there. Get your message aligned, get your sales process working, scaling up the amount of clients you can take on. That is why follow COA, because it's designed for you to get clients in the fastest way. That's why just follow COA, because it's designed for you to get clients in the fastest way. Get your message aligned, sales process working, scaling up the amount of clients you take on, leverage all possible lead flow, leverage ads to get new clients, upgrade to build systems and team to deliver client results. Then you'll make enough money to pay other people to manage your social media for you. You can then continue to build your social media audiences as well, because you've got a sales process that works. Okay, so look, what is the quickest way to monetize your current audiences? Okay, this is not let's build a following on social media that will happen over years if you're not clear. This is not let's get millions of followers and become a broke social media influencer. This is not an excuse to waste loads of time building posts, etc. This is not, oh my, I had 300 people like my post, that must mean it's good. No, it's none of that bullshit, okay? This is leverage what you have. Leverage what is already out there. You are a real business. Let's test our offer, validate our offer, and assess responses. Let's get potential people in your messenger and on the phone with you. Let's make sales. Okay, let's get sales in the bank, cash, real cash, so that you can grow a real business. Okay, time in generating sales is very important. For example, if someone is interested in working with you, leave it 1 week and they will have forgotten about it. The faster you act in regards to someone showing interest to purchase, the more likely they become a client. Okay, so you cannot take a follower or a like to the bank. Have you tried that? Doesn't work. This is get quick wins, get some sales in the bank with what you have. You can build social media accounts over time after your COA system is built. When you run ads, you speed up the whole process anyway. So we spend a ton on ads and our organics build naturally because we spend so much on ads, right? You will naturally build a social media audience off the back of you running ads. That's exactly what I've done. So the quickest way to monetize your current following is to offer free strategy calls a $500 value. We're going to associate a value because there is a real value to your time and you're a valuable asset. Sell potential clients into your program. Let's go. You will get invaluable information about your client by doing strategy sessions with them. You'll find out, their problems, and you'll be able to understand their problems better. Thus, you'll be able to sell them better. Thus, you'll be able to serve them better. So just so you know, in the day, we just used to message people and get them to a live event, sold them our program at the end, and then afterwards just get as many people on the phones, took their feedback from the event, and then sold them into our program. So, it's just a simple organic structure, all right? If the alignment was right and they were right for the program, they would come. So it's not rocket science stuff. Social media, as I said, is a business tool. Use it for that if you want to grow your business. Right, you might have some of these assets already, you might not. Either way, it doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you're going to take, if you've got a Facebook business page with some, people on it, if you've got a personal page with people on it, and you're saying, oh, I just want to keep it private. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Do whatever you want, but maximize whatever you have. All right, if you've got a Facebook group already, great. If you're hanging out in other people's groups, great. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to use our posting structures to get them to a CTA. Call to action is a free strategy session. Now I'm going to be taking you in this section through a range of different posting structures, and one of the modules right at the end of section 2 is emails and posting structures to get them into book calls. You can use that too as well. If you have an Instagram audience, a Clubhouse audience, if you've got a TikTok audience, if you've got a YouTube audience, then put all of that into getting them into a free strategy session worth $500. Again, you're just going to copy the structures that are within this module. Plus, we've got a module at the end of this section that will also help. It'll all make sense as you go through it more. Okay. If you've got an email list or phone list or any other assets, what's the quickest way to get them up into a free strategy call using these post structures in this module? And as I said, in the emails and posting structures to book a call. All right. So look, as I said, in the Book a Call email frameworks module, which is later on in this section, you can also use these as posts, as frameworks for emails or for videos to get your clients to booking calls with you. Remembering an email is just a framework. So you could either write it or you could speak it, and the same call to action to get them to book a call into your call application funnel, which we're setting up in this section. So look, what is the difference between organic marketing versus paid ads marketing? Right, organic marketing versus paid ads marketing. And we're going to currently use the fastest ads available. And then in an advanced program, we're going to scale you up on every ad platform. Organic traffic costs no money, but it costs you a lot of time. Paid ads take a very little time, but they cost money. Organic will not be instantly measurable because you don't get the feedback. Paid ads are instantly measurable, as in your ad is up and it always works, but they're going to download or they don't download. If they don't download, that means your message doesn't work. The ad works, but the message within the ad needs to be refined, and we get that instantly. All right, you can't get that from organic. Organic takes time and faith. Paid ads take money and no faith. Okay, and so the goal of the marketing plan really is leverage any following that you have, step one, which we're going to do in this module, so get some quick wins. Then leverage paid ads, and then continue to grow social media audience through ads and organic marketing. It's as simple as that. Get your ads growing, and then you can do your organic marketing. So what is the best way to leverage other people's groups? All right. A group is a private online community. What is a group? Sometimes people want to know, centered around a specific theme. In every niche, there are go-to groups that stand out in that niche. People join these groups basically because they share the same passions. All niches are covered. There are groups with thousands of your ideal clients already there. There are well-run high-value groups, and there are spam groups that no one's really hanging out in. Now, I'm in a number of different like dog groups, and I get loads of help. And, I post in there looking for people to, look after my dogs and train my dogs and all that sort of stuff. It's all around Chihuahuas. It's great. I love it. So find a group in your industry for market research. Pick one or two only so you don't get overwhelmed. Research within that group and study your ideal client, what they post, what questions they have, what challenges they have. Become well known within that group, and people within the group will naturally want to spend more time with you. It's a simple strategy. All right, it's very simple. What are the facts about groups? Facebook groups are great market research tools. They cost billions to build, and it's all free to you. Groups are still given a high priority within the Meta business model, which means that they have a very effective algorithm. They attract like-minded people to join. So you get, for example, very specific niche, there'll only be those sorts of people. Building communities online is still very powerful. Meta still run TV ads for people to join groups on Facebook, which is incredible. So you can get access to thousands of your ideal clients for free, research your ideal clients for free, understand your ideal clients for free, practice helping your ideal client, and practice opening up debates and seeing people's responses. Practice testing your method concept and assessing the responses off the back of that. You get to understand your client better. So, here's an example. There's weight loss and, diet tips for women. There's over 144,000 members in that group. Intermittent fasting for women, very specific, 81,000 in that. Spiritual meditation, over 137,000. Growing your business with internet marketing, 202,000. All about relationships, 240,000. So there's tons of information in there completely for free. All right, the Smurfs Village community, over 38,000. All right, and so use the search feature to type in a keyword and it will populate all the posts around that keyword. So for example, you join the group, you click that little sign on the right and you type in, my clients are struggling with anxiety, and it'll pick up all of the posts that have anxiety related to them so you can read it. It is a massive marketing tool. So look, quickest way to monetize, join relevant groups, help them with method content. They will friend request you, message them, and upsell them. It's as simple as that, right? What to not do in other people's groups. Okay, treat groups like going to a live event. You wouldn't go to a live event and try to steal everyone's clients from the event. This used to happen to me all the time. It's very bad practice. People would turn up at the back. They'd be filming their ads in the back of my event. They would be hustling up and trying to, it's just not cool, right? Please don't be like some desperate multi-level marketing person spamming everyone. That is what they all used to do. And we started banning people that were in multi-level marketing because they were just so desperate, turning up to people's events and trying to collect everyone's phone number and spam them. Not cool. Don't be sneaky and post your links or try to survey the group. Don't even try to sell anything. You will get kicked out. Don't be rude or ever lose your cool. Respect those in the COA group as well. All right, same process, right? So look, there are people online who will teach, join someone's program, then harvest their clients. This has happened to us several times over the years, and we cannot tolerate this. If we find you doing this, we terminate your contract with us, end of. And that's it. There's no refund because you have breached our contract. And we just can't have people coming in. We had someone recently, and it just causes so much it leaves such a bad taste. And she was lying to us and all of and then we had to like have people do screenshots, and it's just not cool. All right. And so it's natural for you to want to do business with each other as part of our community. That is perfectly acceptable, and we love that. Just be sensible, authentic business owner. Imagine you build a community, then you get one of your clients trying to sell all of your clients their services in their DMs. You wouldn't like it done to you, so don't do it to others. It's as simple as that. Indirect selling posts to get them in your DMs. So these are indirect frameworks to generate direct messages. These indirect frameworks can be used on any platform within a group: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook page, LinkedIn, email, video, you name it. They're frameworks, okay? It doesn't matter where you want to use it. Depends where your audience is, wherever your audience is. However, don't start trying to build an audience if you haven't got one. Again, you don't need to. This is leverage what is already there if you have it. So pay attention. This can be used on any platform. They are frameworks. You can adapt them as you wish. They can be video format or text. It doesn't matter. As you get better, these will get better. All right. We still use these today. They are effective. All right. As always, don't get bitter, get better. All right. If you're no good at what you do, these will not work for you. Thus, you will have to get better. Don't get bitter, just get better. As always, anything in this program, if it doesn't work the way you want it to work, don't get bitter, get better at it, and I promise you it will work. So here's 7 indirect frameworks to generate direct messages. Help people solve their problem post, the secure results, the secret result post, why the old way is a slow post, why the old way is slow post, your method post, ask me anything you want post, do you have days like this post, what is your biggest learning post. Okay, so 1, helping people solve their problem post. Look, these are really simple. You just find posts and comments that you can provide actionable and high quality advice on. Respond to these comments, create an open loop, keep the thread going. Keep leaving each statement with a question so that it keeps firing off the post into the top of the group, all right, or the piece of content that you're using. So 4-step follow-up with people who find your advice valuable. Be personal, use their name and details from their page. Friend request people that interact with you. Send them a DM and be personal, add details from their page. Post on the comment to let them know you sent them a message. Okay, so for example, this was a piece of content on someone else's page, and look at Joseph. I coach mainly business owners, leaders, and managers. I already have fantastic personal development program called Performance Booster that I facilitate to corporates. I need to move this online effectively and make it available to different audiences. And then I literally told him exactly, and Melody, what they needed. All you need to do is create an automated webinar, run test traffic from Facebook ads, and tweak it until it converts with a positive return on investment, and you're good to go. And of course, that statement in of itself will create a lot of conversation. Does that make sense? The secret result post. Okay, give a specific granular advice on something you found, but very passively mentioning the overall result you achieved is sneaky. Be careful to stay humble and low key about it. Respond to comments, keeping an open loop as long as possible, and never ask someone to DM you. Be proactive, saying, I'm here not to promo, out of respect. Again, you could do this on someone's page, on a piece of content. All right, the 4-step follow-up is the same. Follow up with people who find your advice valuable. Be personal. Use their name and details from their page. Friend request people to interact with you. Send them a DM to be personal and add details from their page. Post on the comment. Let them know that you sent them a message. So here's an example. All right, if you so I posted this. I posted this in groups. I posted this other people's content. If you so basically I'm saying, if you have a solid free download lead magnet and you want to scale it without your ad costing going through the roof, I noticed when I duplicated ad sets that are performing really well, I was able to scale my ads to over 1,000 a day without blowing up the cost per lead. Actually, something really crazy happened. On the back of some super laser targeted lookalike audiences, I was able to get new leads for less than 0.73p, and I haven't seen that sort of lead cost for years. So when people are complaining that Facebook ads or Instagram ads are going up, they're not doing it right. Here's a list: build a traffic audience first, And so basically it's like a high level post, right? But it's very specific. And so it's like, wow, a lot of people started to contact me. Well, what is that? And so then I got my team to follow up. Okay, so we were spending 1,000 daily on that and getting a download of like 73p. It was absolutely crazy with a specific strategy. When it says per free ticket, it means per free download for my free HVG, which is a guide on the 3 reasons you don't have enough clients and how to fix it. So the old slow way post, all right? Think of a point that you know will trigger people's reactions. Tie the topic to your business. Ask what people think about it. Be careful not to go too far, get banned from the group. The follow-up is always the same. Follow up with people who find your advice valuable. Be personal. Use their name, details from their page. Friend or request people and interact with you. Send them a DM and be personal. Add details from your page. Post on comment to let them know that you sent them a message. So I posted this in a range of different places. I heard the other day someone saying that spiritual people can't be successful because they think in abstract concepts. Older ways of thinking are not straight line approaches. What are your thoughts on this? I'm not sure if I agree, because I believe that most people don't understand what it is truly like to be connected to a higher sense of guidance. However, I too totally respect that business is a straight line approach. Would love to know your thoughts and hear about if you have a successful business and what you do. Now, obviously, a lot of spiritual people were really triggered by that. It actually got deleted from a post because so many people were interacting with it. But the point is, it's an old, slow way post. I heard that people were doing it this way. Have you heard this? People doing it this way? I actually posted it in here and I got banned from the group because so many people got so upset about it. Actually, I didn't get banned. Sorry, I just got deleted. But it was amazing. And what will happen is it will drive people's attention into your DMs, into your Facebook page. You'll have your call application funnel set up and people can see they can jump in, get a free guide, and then go into your call application funnel. Make sense? So polarity forces people to commit. You must stand for something. You must stand against something. You must form an opinion. You must not be scared of sharing this. Don't swap sides. Stay strong on your view. You can be polarizing but not be bipolar. This messes up your message. So stay to one thing, and just if you trigger people, they will have to engage with you. There is no reward in neutrality. All right. So again, follow up is always follow up with people who find your advice valuable. Be personal. Use their name, details from their page. Friend or request people to interact with you. Send them a DM. Be personal. Add some details from their page. Post a comment to let them know that you sent a message. All right. So look, your method post. Okay. Create a post or post on someone else's post. The concept is explain a quicker way to get the result that they are looking for. Do not sell. Just ask at the end if you have any questions. Please let me know. Happy to help. Again, the same follow-up. Follow-up. People who find advice valuable. Be personal. Use their names, details. Friend request people to interact with you. Send them DM. Be personal. Add details from the page. Post on the comment. Let them know that you sent them a message. So, for example, this was in a group. Coach friends, if you had 50,000 to invest in your coaching business, what would you spend on it? And so basically I was like, Joseph, you don't need 50k to start or grow a coaching business. If the business is set up properly, the business needs to be able to self-generate. If it doesn't, the offer doesn't work. In essence, you can't start from scratch with a smaller investment. In essence, if it doesn't, the offer doesn't work. In essence, you can start from scratch with a much smaller investment if you're already great at what you do. Start with a small, and just explain the entire method process, all right, in immense detail, okay, and then listed the whole thing of what they could do. And then I got a load of people, like, replies off it. Some people just hate it. Firstly, I'm not a guy, and, what's yours is very masculine, linear mind, logical approach to building a business. It doesn't mean it works for everyone. The new way to build so she's coming back with her method. The new way to build your own economy is energetic, quantum, and holorific, using the laws of energy mastery. Now, unfortunately, that actually makes no sense at all. And so her method makes no sense. That's a typical sort of, like generic sort of abstract spiritual approach. The new way to build your own economy, so you can't have your own economy, first of all, is energetic. Energy is a internal thing inside your body. Quantum, all right, is outside of space. Holographic is a visual image of something in the universe. The laws of energy now, and mastery. It's just like it's just so generic, okay? And I was like genuinely like, Louise, I love this. I'm not taking the piss. I'm genuinely intrigued into your method. And she had no way of explaining it because she had no clients. And, unfortunately, that's what happens if you don't have any clarity. So anyway, I've done this also. I've broken down the entire process of how we actually get client results, a huge detailed post. And so my point is, as you get better at your method, your 3 pillars, you can post them around and just notice the interaction off the back of that. Ask me anything you want post. Really simple. Post an open question. Answer the questions fully until you're satisfied. Focus the post around a really fine-tuned niche or question. People will ask you for links. Openly say, I'm not here to promo. I'm here just to help. The same follow-up. Follow up with people who find your advice valuable. Use their name, details on the page. Friend request people, interact with you. Send a DM, be personal, details from the page. Post on the comment, let them know you sent them a message. All right, here's an Ask Me Anything post. Are you having any problems with your ads? I own an 8-figure consultancy agency. Ask me anything you want and I'll help you as best as I can. P.S. I'm sitting on the loo right now and thought I could do with some entertainment. P.P.S. Don't judge. This is the same place you do most of your posting too. Just a little bit of fun / gets loads of interaction with some socially proved positioning, either a pretty girl or social positioned, etc., with someone that someone else knows, Russell Brunson. You get it. Do you have days like this post? All right. Share a problem that you're having or had. Frame the problem as if it's a problem. However, it's not really a problem. It's a secret way of saying you have a result that they want. Follow up is the same. Follow up with people that find your self stuff good. Interact with them. Request a friend request. DM them. Post a comment to let them know that you've actually sent them a request. All right, do you have days like this? Has anyone had a problem like this? My automated webinar was tracking at a solid 8%. Purchase conversion at 994 for an online program. I added a waiting room page and it almost dropped overnight to 5%. Who would have thought by adding in a waiting room would have cut down the conversion so much? Anyone else notice that? So like what you're saying is like you have an automated program that's working really well. That's in section 6. So, so don't rush to that. Get the first section sorted first. 1 and 2 is what you need to focus on. Get sales coming in, and then you can continue through. But look, it's just basically, wow, okay, so he's got a really high converting rate on an automated program. And like everything, you put more steps in and it confuses more people. A waiting room just slows down the whole thing. I don't know whether to be super excited or super upset. I just tweaked the video in my one-time offer for a current Ascension mini program funnel, and it increased the purchasing frequency up to 33%. This means that our funnel is now tracking at 67 cart value. I'm not sure if I should be super happy or bummed out. I've been running it for almost a year before I did that. What do you think? So I was posting these very specifically in high-level groups of internet marketers. And what it's saying is that I didn't realize that I had, I did this one change and I got increased amount of sales, and I've been running it at the previous level for a year, which means I've technically lost sales for a year. And so it's attracting a very, very high level sort of person in the internet marketing space for a done for you service that we have. And so I'm just showing an example of, do you have days like this and you're just kind of like, I had this thing that happened, but I didn't realize it was actually wow, So look, 7, what's your biggest learning post? Share your biggest learning. This is a chance to socially position yourself without coming across with a huge ego. Again, the same follow-up. Follow up with people that find your advice valuable. Friend request, DM them, and then add personal details as much as you can, and then post on the comment to let them know you DM them. Example, I learned after years of testing, it really does only take just one high converting sales process to transform everything for you. Just like, simple things that you've learned, and as you start to get better at your content, these will become easier. Again, look, these are organic methods. They take time. You can do them from time to time. If you don't have any of this, again, just go through this module so you understand it, and then just go straight into ads and start getting ads converting. All right, what have you learned recently? So look, those are the indirect frameworks. Help people solve their problem post, the secret result post, why the old way is a slow way, your method post, ask me anything you want post, do you have days like this post, what's your biggest learning post. Just ways of just getting engagement. Test them. Again, as always, you don't have to build an organic platform. If you have one already, just start leveraging what you have. So how to post to get a case study committed clients. All right, there's a simple post. You can do a video or a post on any social media platforms that you have to get case study special offer committed clients. All right, you can, and as I said, like you in the tasking, you'll have this all written out, so you can go through it and you just copy and paste. But the post is really simple. Join my special case study offer. Do you want to be part of my special case study offer? You could post it on your Instagram, your Facebook, or TikTok, or whatever. To get insert desire without pain. Hi, your name as Ed here. I'm rebranding and relaunching a new program for my coaching business. For that reason, I'm looking to take on 2 people for a special 5,000 giveaway each. All right. Over the last year, I've been heavily involved in the coaching space, and over the past 4 years, I've invested over whatever the amount you've invested into your skills. 6,000 hours studying the areas of, pick one, like mindset, spirituality, wealth, business, whatever it may be. I've invested over however much money you have into my own training and development, and also just completed some intensive training, and I'm now rebranding my coaching business. So what I'm doing is I'll be looking for, insert the number of people, 2 people to invest 3 months of my own time and 5,000 each of my own money to help them get results. So you're basically saying you're covering it, right, into whatever niche you're working on. To apply for one of these spots before they get taken, please direct message me yes, right? So you don't actually want to comment on the post, you want a direct message. And then I'll book you in a strategy session, walk you through what it entails if it's right for you. Now, there is a tiny investment into this. However, you're going to get a 90% saving. The only reason there's a tiny investment is that I'm looking for committed clients who want the desire without the pain and want to be part of a special case study I'm launching. It's a simple post. It's not for free. I'm not into free. Why? Because free people don't turn up. Okay, and there must be some skin in the game. And then you can decide if you're really struggling to get clients, like at that 1,500 level, it's not difficult. Get them up on the phone, get the closer process practicing. We get clients day in, day out, never made sales at like 2.5 grand, bang. But I put this in here just in case you wanted to use it to get some case study clients and you had a load of people already. Okay, looking forward to working with you. That's it. So how to set up your own group. There'll be a training within the resources for exactly how to do this, but it's really simple. Of course, you can create your own group, name it what your ideal clients align with, so they self-identify. After a point, you will be running ads, and there will be a percentage of people that have not joined your program or watched your webinar. Then you can send an email to join your group, and you can nurture them, re-engage them from a period so you can nurture them. They will join you at some stage on your program. We have done this in the past. Does it work? Yeah. Does it take time? Yes. Again, but it's an organic process. Think of it as a place you can create and control. You can use it whenever you need in the future if you want to. Later on, I can show you a paid strategy to build your group. Once all your sales processes are built in, at this stage, it's not essential. Okay, so look, just we have a group, organic client catcher, and it's really simple to set up. You don't have to have one. Again, look, one more time, the reason I'm putting this in is because I know some of you do have this already. Great. Then leverage it so we can get clients into your call application funnel. Some of you won't have it, all right? And you don't want to do it now. That's also okay. All right, some of you might want to build up your own group because you like doing that. That's also okay. Is that okay? Okay, cool. You've got 3 options. It's all good. All right, don't do content on your business page or personal page because then people think they can come and get as much as they want. This is an old model, and content should be, hey, I'm doing a new training on how to get desire without pain. Come and check it out. into my private group and build that up. What do you provide in the group? The goal is to provide high value exclusive training that is method driven around your program. Use it for understanding your clients and collecting their challenges. Use it to test your free training survey. Use it to testing for your beta program. Use it to test for your beta webinar. Get as many people as possible to join from the group into your program. That's the goal, okay? So naming your free group, just check other names in your niche, self-identify with your client. What does that mean? Think of your ideal client and name it something that would attract to them. You can always change the name of the group until 5,000 people join. So do not worry, test a couple of names until it feels comfortable. For example, Breastfeeding Made Easy Group, #1 Coaching Consultant Community, Entrepreneurs of London, Little Black Dress, The Career Fast Track, Fix Your Facebook Ads, CrossFit for Beginners, Life After Loss. You got it, right? It's not difficult. Those are examples of names that self-identify. Here's some direct selling posts to get them in your DMs that you're a bit more direct. So if you did have a bigger group, you could do this, or you had like a Instagram page, you can do this, or you had a TikTok page, you can do this. These post structures can be used on any platform. They are direct frameworks to post. They can be video scripts or text posts. They can be used on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. They are more direct. The only place you can't post these in other people's groups because it's a bit too much, right? Because they're more direct to selling, so you'll get kicked out of the group. So look, here's the 7 direct selling posts to get them in your DM. Post #1, you're going to welcome new members. That's obviously in your group only. Help them make a decision post. Rapid trust builder. Get their feedback. How much would you pay? Client cancelled at the last minute. Program launching. Okay, so pay attention. You cannot use these in any groups. They are direct selling. You will get kicked out of the group. So post #1, this is only in your group. You purely just do once a day, create a post welcoming new members to the group, at them in the post, encourage them to introduce themselves, include your HVG on the post so you can get them in to go through a book a call. All right, the same follow-up. Follow up with people that find your advice valuable, friend request, DM them, and then comment to tell them that you've messaged them. That's the post. Let's welcome our new members. This group is here to help you build your own coaching, consultant, therapist, trainer, expert-based business. One of the biggest challenges today is getting more clients. So this is what we'd like to help you do. That is exactly why I designed the 3 reasons you don't have enough clients and how to fix it. Grab your copy below. That's it, right? Get your free guide. All right, the guide is gangbusters. Here's what Carol said about it. And here it is. All right, that's it. Okay. Post #2, help them with making a decision. What decisions do you need help with? That's it. Notice what they say and notice what their key challenges are. See if you can answer them quickly and help them get results quickly. Okay, same follow-up. Follow up with people that find you valuable, friend request, DM, and then comment on that actual post to let them know you've messaged them. I was just on the phone with a client today, helping them get clear on their niche. It's amazing how many people struggle for so long to find their ideal niche, and a simple way to understand what is the right niche for them. Do you have any questions about your niche? I'm happy to answer below. That's it, okay? So I was just on the phone for a client today, talking to them about the quickest way to create an online program without having to get bogged down in the process. I was explaining to her about how I kind of found this way of doing it. On the go by mistake. The first Mindset online course I ever sold, I actually sold it before I created it. I know that sounds a little crazy. However, it's so good, not only for you, but also for the client, because they're interacting in it. Do you have any questions around this, or you're wanting to create an online coaching course and you're not really sure where to start? Comment below. I'm happy to help you out. It's really simple, guys. Yeah. Post #3, as I said, it's all in the notes below, so you can just read them. Rapid trust builder. I was here, I had this problem, the same problem they had. You're probably here with the same problem you had. You're not alone. You understand the problem. You're not crazy. You understand the challenges. There's nothing wrong with you. Bonds you to them. Okay, so same follow-up as always. Those that find your advice helpful, friend request, DM, then comment on the post. Okay, this is what I did. I know what it's like to not have clients. I remember when I was a young personal trainer starting out, I used to go and hustle the gyms, looking for clients, offering free sessions, speaking to the clients and helping them as much as I could. I remember one day I had such a high level of rejection. I went out to the local Sainsbury's store, bought a whole bag of oatmeal cookies and just ate them sitting behind a dustbin in an alley crying. So more than likely, you may have felt this at some shape or form. Maybe you didn't eat a whole bag of cookies. I just want you to know that you're not alone. You're not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. It's all part of the process. I promise you, getting better at your message is a daily process that will get better. Just focus on 1% daily, and I promise you everything will be okay. As always, no matter what happens, never give up on your dreams. Ed, the secret cookie monster. So it's just a beautiful post. I've had like huge viral reactions from that because it's just the truth. It's an absolutely 100% true story. Happened, smashed a whole bag of cookies whilst I was crying in the back because I just had such a day of massive rejection. And the next day you have to just get better. And that's it. And that's why I understand what you're going through. Post number 4, get their feedback. I'm going to launch this. I was just wondering, would you like to learn what has been, the biggest challenge with this in the past? Again, simple follow-up. Those that find it valuable, friend request, DM, and then let them know that you've actually messaged them. I was thinking about launching a new program where I teach you absolutely everything you'll ever need to get clients, grow your coaching business online, and scale it on a monthly basis. Any questions about what that would be and how that will do that for you? I did a lot of this when I first launched COOA, so you get a massive feedback. Post number 5, how much would you pay? Same concept. I was thinking about teaching to a few people. How much would you pay for this? What would this be worth to you? Very helpful. All right, same follow-up, okay? How much would it be worth to you to have your ads working for you so that you don't have to pay an agency to run? I got amazing feedback from a range of different, like groups, posts, etc. Client post, client cancelled. Number 6, just to let you know, I've had a client cancel at the last minute. The session's already covered. The session was about how to get desire without pain. You filling in the desire, you filling in the pain. Let me know if you want it and I'll give it to you for free. DM me, hell yes. Right, so you get a chance to get them up on a consultation call. Same follow-up as usual. All right, do you get annoyed when a client cancels last minute? I get frustrated because they're so close to breaking through and they didn't even know it. Just to let you know, I've had a client cancel at the last minute. The session is already covered. The session was about how to get coaching business online without the hassle. Let me know if you want it and I give it for you for free. And now, obviously, you will get clients that will cancel at the last minute, so you'll get a great chance to use this. Of course, be authentic with this. Okay, post number 7, launching my program soon. What do you think? Right, make an outline of one of your steps you're going to teach on your webinar. Make an announcement in your group that tomorrow at this time, you're going to cover this step on the live within the group. Go live the next day and test your concept. Get their feedback. Ask them if they understand what you're saying. Write down objections that they had about your content. You can create an objection list, and it's the same thing. Same follow up. Those that find it interesting, interact, DM, then comment and let them know. So just a heads up, guys and girls, did you know the reason you're struggling to get clients is because you're diluted in your focus on social media? Would you like me to let you know what's the best approach to get clients without posting all day on social media? I'll be doing a live training on this. Let me know if you want to join the live. So again, look, that could be, I did a call to action to do a live webinar. That could be a simple book a call. Make sense? All right, same, just change the call to action. DM hell yes, I'll send you the link. So those are the 7 direct selling posts. You can change, adapt, they're just frameworks. Welcome new members, help them with a decision, rapid trust builder, get their feedback, how much would you pay, client cancelled last minute, program launching. Okay, how to use method-based content to book a call. The goal is to not spend your life posting day in, day out. Just get some ideal clients into your DMs and sell them over your phone. All right, I'm showing you how to set up your automated systems. Once that's set up, you can spend time on your organics that support that. You know this now, you're getting this. Again, these are frameworks, all right? They can be used on any platform. I'll show you IG. Okay, you can check out my IG if you want to see how it's set up. It's at EdJCSmith, okay? So look, 3 problem posts, and do you agree this is a massive problem post? So look, post number 1, 3 problem posts. There's a socially proof position, goes into not making the sales money you want monthly. They're just carousels. They're just like mini webinars, all right? Offer is broken, offer doesn't work, overwhelmed content creation, unreliable sales system, low to no sales. Offer broken, overwhelmed trying to too many social media platforms, no support structure, low sales, unsure your monthly amount of clients, desperation, imposter syndrome, undercharging, second guessing, procrastinating, self-doubting, following the wrong method. So we fixed this for Gary, highest income month so far, still early days, 67,000. That's a 340% increase. If you need help fixing this fast, DM free call. That's it. That's how my entire DMs and Instagram is set up, so I hardly ever post. I do periods of, all right, and just lets it run. Just so you know, I left my Instagram with these kind of posts for over a year and a half. It just churned leads. We run ads from Facebook and IG. Potential clients see the ad, check out our Facebook page or IG page, post direct them in to book a call. That's it. This is not something I want you to spend a lot of time on right now. It's just some quick wins. Stay focused on your high income generating tasks. If in doubt, just complete this program before you do anything. Post number 2, do you agree this is a massive problem post? Do you agree? In a world of overwhelmed, conflicting information, the most valuable currency is not Bitcoin or BitClout when that was all going crazy. The most valuable currency is your attention. Your attention is what every business is fighting for. People have the attention of a span of a goldfish. If you hook their attention, you have won. You use forced watch time on one piece of automated content, just like this. Remove the scroll bar, and problems you get if you don't do this: low client pipeline leading to low sales, wasting a lot of time with time wasters. This leaves you feeling insecure around not knowing where your next client's coming from, overwhelmed and unsure. With a reliable method placed, you don't spend the rest of your life hustling 24/7 in flight or flight mode. Bang, COA. DM if you need help fixing this fast. DM free call. That's it, right? Really simple. Okay, so that's 3 problem posts. Do you agree this is a massive problem? Go. You can check out my IG to see exactly how it's set up. So well done. What this means for your future is leverage any social audience that you have to make sales. That's all this is about. One more time. If you don't have any, let's just go. Like, okay, you can use this later. This is an asset for your business for the rest of your life. These are solid foundations. We still use them in some shape or form. So even if you don't use them now, you can still get a massive ROI as an asset for them. They're going to generate loads of clients for free as you build. Spend on your ads. Your organic options will build for free. So as you spend more on ads, then you can spend a little bit more time just doing some organic posting. We have loads of clients that have used these frameworks and got a massive ROI off the back of it. Here's a summary of what you got. We went through why leverage your current audiences, why you don't need to build a social media audience. What is the quickest way to monetize your current audiences? What is the difference between organic marketing versus ad marketing? What is the best way to leverage other people's groups? What not do in other people's groups and ours? Indirect selling frameworks to get them in your DMs. How to post to get case study committed clients. How to set up your own group. Direct selling frameworks to get them into your DMs. How to create method-based content to drive them to book a call. What this means for your future. Tasking to complete now. Okay, so tasking to complete now. Use these frameworks to get clients as you need. Copy and paste these frameworks to leverage any platform. Obviously adapt the message. Start generating clients to book in free strategy sessions from any audience. Understand their objections to your service. Sell them your program to validate your offer. All right, apply this to your daily structure if you want to, and you've got socials already. Maximum 30 minutes. Again, there's only so many calls. If your offer is at 1,500, you only need 7 clients at 1,500 and you're at 10K month. All right, 14 clients at 1,500, you're at a 20K month. All right, so you can make some big cash quick. Get smart, okay? As always, complete your tasking now. We're here for you every step of the way. We got your back. That's how we roll. No matter what happens, never give up on your dreams. My name's Ed JC Smith, and I cannot wait to see you on the next module. Let's go.